Hello, and welcome to this new episode in which we will discover the world of riffing. This episode will give you 7 steps so that you can sing riffs and runs easily. So let's dive into it. Hi, and welcome to this new episode. I am so excited that you're here because today we're going to be talking about riffing. You know, those are like the runs that Alicia Keys does, for example, in I Keep on Falling In. So many beautiful singers use this little effect in their singing. And today I'm going to give you a step-by-step plan so that you know exactly how you can actually apply that into your own singing as well. Now, I do want to start off with 2 mistakes that many beginner singers make, because once we are aware of these mistakes, we can change it and we can do it the right way. So what many beginner singers make, and maybe you recognize yourself in this, which is totally fine, because that means you can change it. One thing is that beginner singers, they will hear a riff or a run or however you want to call it, and then they're going to try and emulate that sound right away. So they're going to listen to it and then sing along with it right away without really dissecting it or going through it step by step. Oftentimes that will cause the riff to either be a little bit sluggish, that you don't really hear the different notes, but you hear some kind of slide. So instead of I keep on falling in, it would be in, which is more of like a sluggish slide. We don't want to have that, right? So we want to have those particular notes. Also, beginner singers, they tend to avoid riffing altogether because they might think that it's not for them. They might think that it's only for people who've got the talent to do that. But really the truth is that you can learn those things. So if you recognize yourself in these mistakes, that's totally fine. We can do something about it. And that's where I want to get you and help you get. And that's in the world of the trained singer. Now, what does the trained singer do? The trained singer, they will hear a riff and they will dissect it note for note so that they know exactly what is being sung at what time and how to put all of that into practice. The trained singer also loves challenges when it comes to riffs and runs, and they will keep on challenging themselves. This is a skill that trained singers continue on developing. It's not something that they leave off for chance or for talented people. They actually like to challenge themselves in there and grow in that area of their vocal development. And that's where we want to go. Now, I must say, before we dive into it in the 7 steps, there's a difference between learning riffs by listening to someone and singing it back note for note, and singing your own riffs. So I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I am saying that using someone else's riffs as a way to learn this skill is a very interesting way and very beneficial way to learn this. Once you can do that, then you can start crafting your own. And when we're singing a cover of a song, yes, at first we might try and really listen to what the original artist is doing, but I would actually encourage you that over time you use that as an inspiration, but you're making it your own. And so then the song or the cover that you're singing becomes way more authentic to you. And that's where we want to get. Now, in order to get there, we need to understand how riffs are created, how riffs are sung, and how riffs are put together. And that's why we're learning from an example. Okay? So as you know, we're always working from our Sing Yourself to Freedom formula that I use in the Singing Insiders. The Singing Insiders is a membership for passionate singers, just like yourself. If you want to join this beautiful community, I'll hit a link in the description here down below. Doors are probably not open because we don't open all year, but you can join the wait list, and then you'll be the first one notified to join us there. So the Sing Yourself to Freedom formula has 4 big pillars: mindset, vocal technique, connection, and creativity. And today we're really diving into the vocal technique pillar of that formula. So what are the 7 steps to sing or learn to sing any riff? The first one seems very obvious, but it is to listen to that riff. Because how can we learn if we don't know what we're going to be singing? So listen to the riff is step 1. Now, as an example, we're going to work with an actual riff so that you can experience these 7 steps. So I'm just going to sing it for you so that you have an idea of what the riff is that we'll be working with today. The riff goes like this. And move mountains. This is actually a piece of Rise Up by Andra Day. So we're going to be working with the move part. Move mountains. That's our riff. So step 1 done. We've listened to it. Step 2 is to find the individual notes. How do you find the notes? Well, if you're listening on YouTube, for example, you can adjust the playback and then you can hear the riff being sung slower. Move. And then, obviously, if you want to have those individual notes, you can use some kind of syllables like na na na, or you can even use numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's basically how you can isolate the different notes. So what I've done is use numbers, because I tend to use numbers. And what I've identified in this riff are those numbers as an example. 5, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0, 1. Mountains. That's the numbers that I've identified with. Now, they don't relate to a particular note. So if you're using A, B, C, D, you can use A, B, C, D. If you use Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, you can use that as well. Numbers work for me, but find whatever works for you. So for me, that's numbers. Then, third step is to actually sing the notes without the rhythm, so that we know exactly what notes are being sung. Now, to make it easy for us today, because we're doing this together, let's ditch the numbers for now and use na 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 na. So I'm going to sing it first without any rhythm. Well, there's going to be a rhythm, but without the actual rhythm. And then let's try and practice that together so that we understand what the different notes and intervals are. So, na 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 na. Those are the notes. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, and na 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 na. Yes, beautiful. And if you're not with me, you can just go back. Skip the video, go back 30 seconds and do it again. But I'm moving on. So we listened to the riff. That was number 1. We found the individual notes, so we wrote them out. Well, I did that for you, but you can do that by yourself too. Number 3 was to sing those individual notes without any rhythm. And then number 4 is to actually add the rhythm. So you will hear move. There are some notes that are on the beat and there are some notes that are off the beat. So it's our job to really figure out what notes are on the beat, what notes are off the beat, and how do I combine them together. So let me demonstrate. We're doing on a na na na. Na 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 na. So we're starting on the beat. Na na na, and then it's all off beat. Na 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 na. 2 on the beat, and the rest is off beat. Let's try that together. 2, 3, and na 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 Let's try and do that again, just to make sure we get it. 1, 2, and na 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 na. Beautiful. Once you have the rhythm, then we can move on to what I call a gliding consonant, which is the y sound. Why is that important? Because we don't want to have a na-na-na in the song. We're not going to be singing and na-na-na-na-na-na-na, mountains. No, we have an actual word. We have move. And we want to have these notes being very smooth in our riff. And in order to get to that smoothness, we can do a little sidestep towards that with a gliding consonant. So from a na-na-na, or if you were working with numbers, we can go from the numbers to this. Let's add in that gliding consonant, the y sound. So we're going to have... So yeah, 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 yeah. So I'm just replacing the na-na-na with a yeah, yeah, yeah to have that smooth transition. Let's do that together. 2 and yeah, 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 yeah. That's it. Nothing more. Let's do that one again. 2 and yeah, 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 yeah. Beautiful. Then we have, so that was number 6. No, that was number 5. 1, listen to the riff. 2, figure out the individual notes. 3, sing those individual notes. 4, add the rhythm. 5, go into the smoothness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 6, we want to add the right vowel. Because the word we have here, the sentence that we have here in this song is move mountains. So the vowel that we're working with in our riff is an oo vowel. So instead of having ya ya ya, now we're going for you you you, because we're working with the oo. And again, it depends on what word you're riffing on. So it could be yi 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 next time. But for now, in our context, that is an oo. So let's try that same thing, but instead of ya ya ya, we're doing it on you you you. 1, 2, and you 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 mountains. And then you have the mountains coming at the end there. Let's try and do that together again. 1, 2, and you 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 mountains. Beautiful. Now let's try and remove the y sound. That's our 7th step, is to actually sing the word instead of the yeah yeah yeah. So let's remove the y sound and sing move mountains. 1, 2, 3, and move mountains. One more time. Move mountains. Beautiful. So those are the 7 steps that you can take to learn any riff. 1, listen to the riff. 2, find the individual notes. 3, sing those individual notes. Then 4, add the right rhythm. Then we're going into a ya 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 so that we create that smoothness. Then we're adding the right syllable. So in our case, that was an oo, so you you you. And then we're taking away the y sound so that we have a beautiful blend of all the notes, and still we're riffing. Now the catch here is that many singers will tend to blend the notes together too much, and then it will sound kind of like move. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but that's something that we want to be mindful of. And in the Singing Insiders, the membership I talked about earlier, we dive deeper into that so that you can avoid this. This is a step-by-step plan, but obviously for every step that you go through, you need to practice those things. So this again is a skill that you can learn. And in order to sing riffs accurately, one of the main things that we need to be able to master is our vocal technique. And vocal technique is the foundation of everything. That's how you learn to use your voice. So if you want to learn more about that, I actually have a free training coming up. You can sign up using the link down below, and that will give you the vocal techniques that you need in order to then go sing these amazing riffs. So that's your homework for today. After going through today's episode, click the link below and follow that free training. Besides that, I want to challenge you to find a riff that you love and put these 7 steps into practice and see what that means for you. Let me know how that goes. And yeah, I want to thank you for having been here, for spending this time here together with me. If you have any questions around vocal technique, singing, or riffing, let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.